this is a workshop where the handouts are very important. I'm going to do a few things, but right now I'm going to put into the chat box the link to the handouts. So if you haven't printed it out, you can just click on that link. And I'm also going to be posting things in the chat, so please make sure you have your chat open as we go along. And in just a few moments, we're going to be starting with a video presentation. In about 30 seconds, it looks like we have a lot of people. Oh, I have to invite people.
Do you want to invite people up to the stage?
I guess I invite them when they're ready to speak.
Yes.
All right, so we'll speak, and then a lot of you are going to be invited up momentarily. All right, go ahead, Kate, take it away. The power of the spoken word is undeniable. At all the great crises and pivotal points in history, we find great speeches which swayed the outcome.
I'm Toastmaster Ferran, and in my 45-minute interactive workshop, we will take the time to analyze several great speeches in American history, and we will take turns speaking those legendary words.
The objective of this workshop is to give you an instant and major boost in your speaking confidence and precision by putting ourselves, for a moment, in the shoes of masters.
Thank you. Welcome to the 11 to 11:45 a.m. workshop presented by Laura Ferran at the Toastmasters District 53 Spring 2021 conference today. I'm Kate Scarcella, and I will be this workshop's technical moderator. This is an interactive workshop, so while you can move around the conference at your pleasure, there are a lot of gems here that you don't want to miss. I'm going to share a bio about our speaker and then bring her up on stage so she can, as she says, can edutain you. DTM Laura Ferran is with the Stratton VA Toastmasters Club in Albany, New York, and has been with Toastmasters for 11 years. When Laura is not working as editor-in-chief of a family magazine distributed to about 10,000 residents, she can be found as a guest motivational teacher at inner-city schools, on various community improvement boards, and working on her series of self-help books based on following the rhythms and frequencies of the natural world. Laura is a prolific reader. Her goal this month is to take on one of the longest novels written, 964 pages of Anna Karenina. She is also reading through the Mensa for Kids reading list along with her homeschooled daughters. Laura's public speaking career has a wide range, from founding a college television station, providing business structural recommendations to big ego CEOs, being an off-Broadway improv actress, running for a county legislative seat, and to finally her engagement this morning, chatting up the precious time of a phone scammer who would otherwise be calling vulnerable people. Please now press your clap button to begin the interactive part of this workshop, Step into the Shoes of Masters. I welcome to the stage our workshop speaker, Laura Ferran. Laura?
Thank you, Kate. Everyone can hear me? Kate, you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, average does not define you. We have all joined Toastmasters or are open to joining Toastmasters to hone our presentation skills. Most of the time we speak casually. At work, we might up the ante, but generally, outside of courtrooms and Toastmaster meetings, we are a culture in the habit of casual talk. Today, we are going to take turns speaking words that have moved mountains. Now, what makes a speech great? The person, the time, the words, the delivery. We're going to go through those again. But in this workshop, I'm not going to be doing all the speaking. We're going to be taking turns speaking to up to 22 unforgettable excerpts from famous speeches. They are exceptional because they are well thought out, well crafted, and well delivered. By hearing others speak the words, we are reminded that every word of a speech can matter and together can make differences. By volunteering a speech, you're putting yourself in a safe place to try out what it feels like to embody this power and confidence. My hope is that whether it's your time to speak or while you're listening, that your takeaway is that you, in your own speeches, write and perform with a remembrance of this meeting today of the confidence, strength, and power that you have experienced. The handout is very important. You might want to print it out, but I'm also going to be cutting and pasting it to the chat just in case. To help us through this technology learning curve, and at the top of the chat is that handout link and the speech options that you can choose from, labeled 1 to 22. Also, as I said, I'll be copying and pasting the speeches in case you don't have them in front of you. After each speech, I will ask the speaker to give a 1 minute of 3 adjectives of how it felt to personify the speech and what your thoughts on the style, substance, and impact are. First, I'm going to tell a little more detail about those 3 things: style, substance, and impact. Style is a great speech which is masterly constructed. The best orators are masters of both the written and spoken word. They use words to create texts that are beautiful to hear and read. Substance. A speech may be flowery or charismatically presented, and this will be your choice as you speak, but yet lack any substance at all. That could happen. But great orators must center on a worthy theme. It must appeal and inspire the audience's finest values and ideals. And the word impact. Great orators always seek to persuade the audience of some fact or idea. The very best speeches change hearts and minds and seems as several decades or centuries removed as when they were first given. And so, everyone, this is your opportunity to find these words, listening and speaking, and move them into your own speech characteristics. As I said, there's about 22 of them, and they are well thought out, well crafted, and it's your chance to deliver them. Now, it is not necessary for you to know who the speaker is or when it is to present a speech. You can pick anyone you want, and even if you don't know who it is, because the words will help you to move along. I will give the first speech as an example, and to be fair, I did not practice it, so I have no advantage over the others on the stage today. So does this sound like a good plan? I'm looking for those thumbs up. Yay, thumbs up. All right, so I hope you're as excited as I am because you are going to be experiencing some amazing things right now in this very quick 45 minutes. I will start. The words are by Marina Williamson. I might not have her first name right. Our deepest fear is that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. I'll now give my 3 adjectives of how it felt to put myself in those words. Concentrated, focused, powerful. And as for style, it was very communicative, but precise. The words are style, substance, impact. For substance, it had a defined focus. And for impact, I do believe the words gave great impact. And that's my speech. Thank you. All right, I'm now going to ask for hands up of who would like to be the next speaker. You pick a number. You don't even have to know if you don't see it. Pick a number, and I'm going to put the speech on the side, or you can look directly at your handout. So, who will be our first volunteer?
It looks like John wants to do number 11, so I am going to invite him to the stage.
Excellent, John. Do you have the handout, or do you need it on the side?
He needs to accept it as well.
I need to do this. John.
No, he does. He needs to accept it. There we go.
There we go.
All right, John, do you need the speech, or do you have it in front of you?
I have the speech in front of me.
All right, and John, I'm going to give the context first. This is Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream. This was written on August 1963. Washington, D.C. is where it was delivered. And it was the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Take it away, John.
Okay, just point of order, Kate, that's number 10. I'd actually selected 11.
All right. Tell me the title.
Naval Admiral William H. McRaven, Make Your Bed.
All right, very good. This was delivered on May 17th, 2014 at the University of Texas in Austin. It is a commencement address. John, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Let me just adjust my camera here. Great. So, what starts here can indeed change the world. It matters not your gender, your ethnic or religious background, your orientation or your social status. If you make your bed every morning, you have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task and another and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you will never do the big things right. If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. Yeah, thank you.
John, tell us 3 adjectives to describe that experience reading and speaking the speech.
Sure. One of the adjectives I would use is this is direct. This is a direct exhortation. It is an encouragement also. That's the second adjective. Well, actually, that's a noun. It's encouraging. And I think the third is it's embracing. Those are the 3 adjectives. So encouraging, embracing, and direct.
Very good. And style, substance, impact. Comment on all of those, or however many you want.
The style is very baseline, broad appeal to an audience. No specialized knowledge required. So it is easily accessible, low bar to access. This would be the style I would see. I'm sorry, what were the other 2?
Substance, impact.
Substance. Substance goes from what is available to everyone every morning when they get up to begin the day inside an accomplishment. So the substance is that this is something that everyone can do. No specialized training necessary. And the impact is train yourself to be trained. The impact is being trained in doing the small things so that big things present themselves as really accomplishable challenges. That's what I see.
Excellent, John.
Thanks for that opportunity.
Awesome.
Next up,
yes.
Kate, I see Janice is looking for number 21.
Actually, Yasmina requested number 12 first, and then we will do Debbie and then Janice.
All right, you take the order, Kate.
Yeah, no
what's
problem.
the next number?
So Yasmina said that she wanted to do number 12. And so Yasmina, I am inviting you onto this stage.
Hold on, John just did 12. Yasmina, what's the name? What's the title?
No, he did 11. So
Okay.
she wants to do Simon Sinek, How Great Leaders Inspire Action.
All right.
I did not realize this is a one-sentence speech. I would have liked an opportunity to read something longer. If time permitting, I would like to read something again.
Yes, Jasmine, you can do this one, and then we're going to go around, and we have 22. So as much time as we have, we're going to keep going.
Okay.
So go ahead and let me give you the context of this one. This is who?
Simon Sinek, How Great Leaders Inspire Action.
This was a TED Talk. Simon Sinek leads a thought-provoking talk about how some of the greatest leaders have inspired those around them, including Martin Luther King Jr., the Apple founders, and the Wright brothers. Sinek believes true inspiration comes from believing in something strongly yourself and communicating that belief to others. The stage is yours.
People don't buy what you do.
Jeffrey Rose.
They buy why you do it.
Go ahead and do that again.
People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it.
What do you think of that, of the style, the substance, and the impact?
The style, I like the parallelism of the two, what you do, why you do. So it's a nice balanced rhythm there. I love that duality. The substance really makes you think why you do it. It really gets to the heart of the matter, the purpose, the mission, the values, with one word. So it's really, really great, very insightful. And the impact, even I, who was saying it, I was thinking, holy moly, why do I do it? Why am I speaking? It has impact, even though it surprised me. You know, I just heard the words. As I was saying them, I was thinking them.
Short, sweet, to the point. Well done, Jasmina.
Thanks.
Kate?
So the next one we have is Debbie Ferman, and she would like to do number 14, which on my list is Chief Joseph Upon Surrender. And I am inviting Debbie up onto the stage right now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Welcome,
can.
Debbie.
Okay, good.
Debbie, this is Chief Joseph's surrender speech. On October 5th, 1877, Chief Joseph formally surrendered to U.S. troops after he and his tribe, the Nez Perce, fought and outmaneuvered their enemies during a three-month-long, 1,400-mile retreat along the west in hopes of reaching Canada. The stage is yours.
It is cold, and we have no blankets. The little children are freezing to death. My people, some of them have run away to the hills, and they have no blankets and no food. No one knows where they are, perhaps freezing to death. I want to have time to look for my children and see how many of them I can find. Maybe I shall find them among the dead. Hear me, my chiefs. I am tired. My heart is sick and sad. From where the sun now stands, I will fight no more forever. Hard to tell what I mean. It was just when I read it just briefly before volunteering, it just struck me as eloquent. You know, it sounds like he's facing death. I didn't realize that. I thought he was surrendering and he was like in a battle and died or something. But because there was analogies to, you know, death can be cold and it's cold and they have no blankets and he's not going to see his children, and you know, so that's kind of what I was getting out of it when I read it the first time. It's also struck me as being very brave. You know, he's very, very eloquent in his speech and very, very brave to stand there and say, I'm done.
Would you say this is a speech that comes right from the heart, a speech that is directly his thoughts?
Absolutely. You know, when he says his heart is sick and sad, it's like, given the background of that retreat and stuff, they're tired of fighting. And I thought it was interesting how he said, from where the sun now stands. That's just, to me, very powerful statement. It's like you're stopping time at that point. So.
When you do your own speeches now, do you think maybe you can incorporate some of those emotional words or concepts?
I will try. I'm more of a list person where I just get to the point and get done with it. So I have a tough time with, bringing in adjectives and descriptive words into anything that I talk about. So it was fun to read this because there were a lot of descriptions and analogies and stuff.
Well done. Thank you for playing. Kate?
The next one I have on the list is Janice, who wanted to do number 21, which is the one by Plato. And I'm inviting Janice up onto this screen. Thank you so much, Debbie. I will remove you. Oh, there's Janice.
Yeah.
Hi, Janice. Can you hear us?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
And we can hear you. Janice, this speech is one of the oldest excerpts that we have here. Plato from 399 BC in Athens, Greece. This is a speech at the time of a defense against the charges of corrupting the young and holding diverse beliefs. It's short but sweet. Pause, take it powerfully. Stage is yours.
My plainness of speech makes them hate me. And what is their hatred but proof that I am speaking the truth? That's it.
Do that one again.
Do it again. Because it's so ancient and timely. My plainness of speech makes them hate me. And what is their hatred but a proof that I am speaking the truth?
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that it's ancient and timely. I could have written it myself. Pay attention to what's being censored. What facts are you not hearing, and why are you not hearing them? Pay attention to what's not being heard. When someone is being silenced for speaking the truth, there's usually a reason. Plato was wise.
And even though, as you just said, it's from back then, would you say this is a universal thought?
I say yes, the impact is very, very timely. Thank you,
Janice.
Great. So the next one I have on the list here is Scott. So I will bring you up onto the stage, Scott. And then, Scott, you need to accept.
Oh, perfect.
There we go.
You can.
Hi, Scott. What number would you like to do?
I'm doing number, as I mentioned, I'm doing Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream.
What number is it, please?
10.
Number 10.
All right, Martin, this was spoken on the famous day of August 28, 1963 in Washington, D.C. I had read a little bit about this, but to paraphrase, this was a promise that all men, black and white, were guaranteed the unalienable rights. I think we've heard it before, but we're going to hear you speak it with your essence. Take it away.
Okay. Thank you. Can you, I don't see myself. Can you see me?
We see you and hear you. Go ahead, Scott.
Okay. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note.
Wait, Scott, I apologize. go down a little bit where it starts with, when will you be satisfied?
I see that. Oh, okay. When will you be satisfied? We are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls like the waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I'm mindful that some of you have come out of great trials and tribulations. Even though we face difficulties, we will someday, of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. I have a dream that my 4 young children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but the content of their character. I have a dream that one day every valley will be exalted, and every hill or mountain will be made low. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
Scott, give us 3 adjectives of how it felt to speak those words.
Inspiring, unifying, and I'd say challenging.
And you have 30 seconds to share with us anything you want to say about the impact or the style, or I forgot my other word.
I'd say it's a literary style, definitely, and it's of a substance of deep concern. Those are my immediate thoughts when it comes to what the speech had.
Very good.
Awesome. So our next volunteer is going to be Abigail, and she would like to do number 17, which is Sojourner Truth. Sorry, I forgot to say your number, Scott.
17.
Yeah, there's Abigail.
Abigail, are you with us yet?
Yes. You can hear me?
There you are. Yes. Great. Welcome.
Thank you.
Sojourner Truth, Ain't I a Woman? This speech, Abigail, was presented in 1851 in Akron, Ohio, the Women's Rights Convention. When Sojourner Truth was born into slavery, she escaped her masters. She became a feminist and an abolitionist. She responded to her male ministers who misconstrued the Bible to make a case for male dominance. You will speak her famous words. The stage is yours.
Then that little black man in black there, he says women can't have as much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all at once, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again.
How did it feel to express those words?
Familiar and frustrating, and they felt like words that needed to be said and will need to be said 100 more times.
What do you think about the style, the substance, and the impact?
It managed to combine both a social commentary and a call to action. It felt like it was saying to men, women matter, and at the same time saying to women, you matter enough that you can do something.
Well done, Abigail.
Awesome. So the next one will, Jasmina has volunteered again, so I will bring you back up on the stage, and she would like to do number 22, Queen Elizabeth I's speech to the troops at Tilbury in 1588.
Okay, Jasmine.
My loving people, we have been persuaded by some that are careful of our safety to take heed how we commit ourselves to armed multitudes for fear of treachery, But I assure you, I do not desire to live to distrust my faithful and loving people. Let tyrants fear. I have always so behaved myself that, under God, I have placed my chiefest strength and safeguard in the loyal hearts and goodwill of my subjects. And therefore I am come amongst you, as you see at this time, not for my recreation and disport, but being resolved in the midst of and heat of the battle to live and die amongst you all, to lay down for my God and for my kingdom and my people, my honor and my blood even in the dust. I know I have the body, but of a weak and feeble woman. But I have the heart and stomach of a king, and of a king of England too, and think foul scorn that Parma or Spain or any prince of Europe should dare to invade the borders of my realm, to which rather than any dishonor shall grow by me, I myself will take up arms. I myself will be your general, judge, and rewarder of every one of your virtues in the field. I know already, for your forwardness you have deserved rewards and crowns, and we do assure you in the word of a prince, they shall be duly paid you. In the meantime, my lieutenant general shall be in my stead, than whom never prince commanded a more noble or worthy subject, not doubting, but by your obedience to my general, by your concord in the camp, and your valor in the field, you shall shortly have a famous victory over those enemies of my God, of my kingdom, and of my people.
There's a smile on your face after speaking those words. What did it bring out for you?
If I were to do this again, I think I'd try to be more of a queen. But truly, the words instilled a way for me to channel this leading in a time of, I guess, something scary.
And 3 adjectives?
Powerful, inspiring, courageous.
We could do a whole 45-minute hour lecture just on this speech because it's so intense and because there's so much in it. But what we can get out of it is that we command our words. And as you said, reading it over again is a good technique, especially in your own speeches, to do it again and again, repetitive, so that not only are the words coming out of your mouth, but you begin to harness those words. As the volunteers, thank you, Yasmina, for coming up again. As the next volunteers come up, think about yourself being, even again, if you don't know who it is or what the speech is about, think about that you are in a pivotal moment. That means your words and your clarity, you can take pauses. Pauses are an astounding way to create a moment of impact. So go ahead and try that as a feature as the next people come up to volunteer. And if you haven't volunteered yet, please do, because this is a safe place. This is like doing a table topic. And it's okay if there's oldie words in there and you don't quite understand them. Get your way through it. You can read again at your leisure. But this is just to get the words out of your mouth and feel what it feels like to be in a moment of power. Who's our next?
The next one is Amrita, and she would like to do number 6, which is Maya Angelou, one of my personal favorites. So I have invited her up to the stage. Amrita, I think you need to accept. Oh, let me try again. I'm getting an error. If it doesn't work this time, then we'll skip down to John, who would like to go again.
Right,
Okay,
Amrita, We'll try
yeah,
you again.
We'll try you again after John. So I will bring John back up onto the stage. Oh, did accept, but it did not work. We'll try you again right after John then. John would like to do number 15, which is Mahatma Gandhi, Quit India.
Hi, John.
Laura, hi.
Hi. So, John, Mahatma Gandhi, you got that. This is a quiet but powerful speech. It's called Quit India, and it happened on August 8th, 1942. At that time, the people of India were engaged in a fight for liberty. Gandhi was a pioneer of the tactics of nonviolent civil disobedience who demanded liberation from the British rule. And here are his words. You have the stage.
I have noticed that there is hatred towards the British among the people. We must get rid of this feeling. Our quarrel is not with the British people. We fight their imperialism. We cannot evoke the true spirit of sacrifice and valor so long as we are not free. I know the British government will not be able to withhold freedom from us when we have made enough self-sacrifice. We must, therefore, purge ourselves of hatred. People may laugh, nevertheless, this is my claim. At a time when I may have to launch the biggest struggle of my life, I may not harbor hatred against anybody.
Three adjectives to describe how it felt.
Inspiring and really centered. Inspiring, centered, and pleading. That's more of a verb. I'm going to stick with pleading, even though it's a verb. Really pleading people to be in action and to let go of something that they've been harboring.
And John, since you're our club growth director, I'll give you a more intense question. How could you take from this into your own personal speeches?
That's perfect. Oftentimes in our speeches where perhaps there's a call to action, something to be done, there's an opportunity to look at what should be not brought forward. And that's a rich landscape. You know, what are the habits that we have that we maybe aren't as effective as they were when we first formed them? Maybe there are things that can be given up, and simply in giving something up, we are able to just expand our capacity with velocity. So that's a place to look when I create a speech, especially something that's a call to action. And I intend to be doing quite a bit of those in the next couple of years.
Elegantly said.
Thank you.
Very good. So I'm still having trouble getting Amrita to be able to come up. So we're going to go down to Kathy, who said that she would do any that we wanted. So let me get Kathy up. There we go. So Kathy, I have added you as well. And hopefully it works for you. My superpowers aren't working so well. And Kathy, I think you might need to refresh as well. That's what was recommended. Okay.
Jim, I think for
yeah. Let's try Jim.
Kathy and Arita will I apologize if I'm not saying the right name. Just try again. We'll get back to you.
Okay, so let's try Jim. Maybe it's me that needs to refresh.
11. What is that?
11. We did 11 already. That was the make your bed.
Okay,
I just
we can do number one then.
clicked.
Okay, Jim. You see one, or do you want me to do table topic style and pick one for you?
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
just
Jim.
clicked.
Okay, so we have Jim and Kathy up. We'll want to maybe we'll do Kathy first because she volunteered first,
All right.
and she said any that we haven't done thus far.
Kathy, would you like to speak the words of Theodore Roosevelt? Number
Oh,
3.
absolutely.
Or you know what? Let's move you to Margaret Thatcher. I'm feeling for you.
Okay,
That's number 4.
either one works.
Okay. Do you have the text in front of you? It's Margaret
Yeah,
Thatcher.
I have it on a piece of paper, but I need what number? What number?
It's either 3 or 4, and it's Margaret Thatcher. The lady's not returning.
Yep.
Very good. Kathy, on October 10th, 1980, Margaret Thatcher gave these words at the Conservative Party conference speech. She is known as the Iron Lady, and she responded to criticism here for handling of the economy. The stage is yours.
If our people feel that they are part of a great nation and they are prepared to will the means to keep it great, then a great nation we shall be and shall remain. To those waiting with bated breath for that fortunate media catchphrase, the U-turn, I have only one thing to say. U-turn, U-turn. If you want to. The lady's not for turning.
I'm sure if you read that over a few times, you would really capture the essence of it. But in that moment, what adjectives come to mind?
Well, it's I saw the movie The Iron Lady, which was interesting, and I was trying to put it into context of that because I don't agree with anything she said, but that's okay. But anyway, in that situation, she certainly picked the right words, adjectives. Brevity works better sometimes than going on and on about something. And she's emphatic, and this is the way it's going to be, so that's, and whether she was right or wrong that's a whole nother conversation, but interesting.
Well done, Lady Kathy. Kate, we have time for one more.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you wanted to do a wrap up, but we will do one more. So that was, let's give somebody a shot who hasn't done it yet.
I do apologize. I only have 3 minutes.
2
minutes. So everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this experience because sometimes you have to fake it to make it. And one of the ways that you can do that is by simply doing what you did today, taking into context powerful moments in speech. And by giving those words, practicing, and take this handout and look through it and really try yourself to see when you do your own speech, what you can bring forth. Because a call, whether it be a call to action to change the minds of something that's happening in your career or your family life, or like I did, to talk to spammers to get them to stop the calls. Whatever context you can, in everyday language, you can instill the power of speech. And so, ladies and gentlemen and fellow Toastmasters, my name is Laura Ferran, and every time you speak strength into your life gets a little stronger.